Hello, everybody. It's time for another movie review. This time I'm joined by Zoe. We just got home from Ghostbusters Afterlife, and she loved it. I loved it. Lauren loved it. This is going to be a spoiler-free review. So, Zoe, what does spoiler-free mean?
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil anything that happened.
Yeah.
So, this was a very fun movie. It introduced us to some new characters that we're following, including... we have... I didn't want to spoil it, yes. Stay Puffed in a different way that you'll see. Very fun and playful, but also pretty messed up scenarios with them. The story is very similar to the first one. I honestly felt like, and you saw the originals too, this still had a very 80s feel to it, while also incorporating modern CGI, modern takes and things like that. So somehow it still felt like it was in the 80s, story-wise and acting-wise. There are many surprise cameos, which was really exciting to see. We didn't really know that was going to come, right? So the cast was amazing. Paul Rudd was incredible. There are some characters you may not see that you were hoping to. Don't let that get you down, because this movie was as fun as can be. I have no idea what the critics were saying.
Better than the original one.
You liked it better than the originals?
Yeah.
They're always going to have a place in my heart, so I don't know that top the originals for me. However, it starts a little slow, but it's for the build-up to kind of get the story going. So unlike past movies...
So the listeners can understand.
Yeah, so you can get a better understanding, because it doesn't just pick right up where things left off, obviously. We're many years, in the future, right?
Future.
And so the story's very fun. The acting is great. And I'm going to be honest, I cried at the very end. She laughed at me for it, but I did cry at the end.
I laughed at both of them. I was just sitting there like, I don't get it.
Yes, Lauren and I both cried. But there was definitely just, a feel-good moment at the end, or a movie that got us all in the feels. And for a movie of this genre to do that, that's pretty special.
Wait, Dad, can I whisper one of my favorite things to you?
Yes. You can say that. Zoe, what's the character that you love?
Muncher.
Muncher. So Zoe loved the character Muncher, so be on the lookout for Muncher. It was just...
Make sure he's not flying through the air.
Right. It was just incredible. They paid a tribute to, an actor that's no longer here, and man, just what a great movie. I will say, there's a mid-credit scene that's going to make you laugh a lot, and then there's an end-credit scene too, and so make sure you stay through all the credits. We had folks stay through the mid-credit, and then everybody took off, but there is an end-credit scene, so make sure to stick around, because it's very important, but it's also a really cool scene. So like I said...
We were one of the only people there at the last credit.
We were. So like I said, I don't want to spoil anything for you. I don't want to announce any specific cameos or...
I'm bad without spoiling.
Characters, I know, which is why we're cutting this short. But I will say, definitely go see it. Don't listen to the critics. The ones who would panned it, I don't think they ever saw a Ghostbusters movie, and if they did, they just didn't enjoy those, so they weren't going to enjoy this. This movie was incredible. I can't wait to see it again. I may even go to the theater and see it again. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it?
10,000 gajillion.
So she gives it a 10. I'd give it about a 9.
I give it 10,000 gajillion.
There are a few plot holes, which is to be expected, especially for that kind of movie. But
every single movie has one.
Correct, and they didn't take away from this movie at all. And
technically, all the characters are.
And how great was the CGI? The CGI was incredible, right?
10,000 gajillion.
There was no choppiness or anything like that. Just start to finish, excellent movie. I was worried about the cast. I was worried about where they were going in the direction of this franchise. I know there were a lot of hiccups with this movie, but they took their time. They made it right. And Raven just knows what he's doing. So take the time to see it. Take the time to see it twice. Don't listen to the critics. Don't wait for it to go streaming. This is definitely a movie that I think you'll enjoy much more on the screen if you get a chance. So, Zoe, do you have anything else to add?
Go watch Ghostbusters now.
Go watch Ghostbusters now.